може постріляти туди все.
It's time to work. This is our reality in Kyiv. In April 2025. Okay, I will tell you a funny story, or maybe a sad story. Yesterday, Russians. Yes, good Russians. Thank you. But in several months, this Ukrainian girl gave a birth to a child unexpectedly, and that was a great shame. Her parents. This will be a video about greedy and hungry Kievan residents who arrived to a remote Ukrainian village. Hello everyone, greetings from the capital of freedom, greetings from Kyiv. In this video I will show you how we ordinary residents of Kyiv live in our city during the war. Right now I'm walking to the university, and on my way I will tell you the latest news. By the way, it seems many of our Never Give Up community members got tired of all this depressing news about missiles, about drones. I'm telling you this because many people ask me, why don't you shoot videos in your village, at your village bomb shelter? I will tell you a shocking piece of news, my dear friends. My Villa Vita, my village bomb shelter, has collapsed. Not totally. So I finally found villagers, two handymen who are over 65. You may ask, why are you mentioning their age? Because I have found already, several times I made agreements with the villagers, but every time they were sent to the front line. Now I found this 65 plus villagers, and according to the Ukrainian law they can't be sent to the front line. So they promised to repair the roof of my house. And I wanted to repair it only partially, but when they started to dismantle the roof of the house, it just collapsed because the wood is rotten, and you know my house is more than 100 years old. My house is an old veteran and it witnessed the Second World War. One second, sorry. So, what I was talking about. So they dismantled the old roof, then they covered my house with thin film, but the weather, treacherous Ukrainian weather decided to destroy my village house completely, because it has been raining for a week, then it was snowing for several days, and as a result, yesterday my handyman called me and they informed me that there is no power in my house because the wiring, all the house got wet and the wiring got wet, and so now I have to change the wiring as well. I don't want to talk about this disaster. This is not a house, this is a real disaster, and this is my cross, but I will bring it to the very end. My dear friends, I've told you many times, never buy cheap village houses. Sis, sorry, I'm very tired. I've had 4 classes. You remember, buy nice or buy twice. So if you buy a cheap village house, then you will spend even more than the cost of this house on the repairs. The end of the story. This was my short but very convoluted explanation of why I'm not shooting videos in the village. But in this video, I will show you my friend's village house, and I will tell you several stories. You know why I love villages? They always tell me a lot of stories. Their favorite topic is about Germans who occupied their village during the Second World War. So according to the villagers, all roads were built by the German prisoners. And thanks to German, villagers got to know what chocolate was, and they started building enclosed toilets. Actually, these facts were quite new for me. Last time, villagers told me some private stories. I'm not sure whether I can share them with you. I will try. You're my friends, and I will share these stories with you. But this will be our secret.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Right. This is not Kyiv, and these ladies are not Kievan residents. This video is about village life. Hello. How does it feel to live in a remote village during the war? Life is good in the village. Oi, mama. I decided to stay at my friend's. Oh my god. Today I will have a meeting with the village handyman who promised to repair my roof, the roof of my village bomb shelter. You know, I had 2 tries already. During my first try, those villagers just took money, bought some building materials just to imitate that they spent money on something, and then they just disappeared. During the second try, I think I found decent people, but they went to the front line. And now it will be the third try. I do hope this time the roof of my village bomb shelter will be repaired. By the way, my friend's house is also leaves much to be desired, but at least it's warm here. These villagers are the most generous people in the world. They told me, just go to our cellar and you may take everything you need. I need everything because in Kyiv we have nothing. I will show you a real village cellar. Mama. Wait, I have special flashlight. Oh my god. Look at this potato. By the way, the price of potato in Kyiv is 40 hryvnias for 1 kilo. It's extremely expensive. Oh, look at these treasures. I think we need apricots. What else? Cherries. We need everything. I will show you. This is a new season, a new adventure movie. How hungry Kievan residents are exploring village cellars. So you can see here in the village, life is much easier. At least they have this cellar, because in Kyiv I have no place where I can keep all these cans. I have no cans. I have no cans because I have no place where I can keep them. This is village life. They told me so many funny stories about Germans who lived in this village during the Second World War. That's how we live in our village. So this will be a video about greedy and hungry Kievan residents who arrived to a remote Ukrainian village. I decided to shoot in this awful shed just because it's very windy outside and I'm still sick. And again, I lost my microphone. So today I will share one horror but love story. Last night, villagers told me this story. I told you that this village was occupied by Germans during the Second World War, and they were living here for more than 1 year. So the story is the following. One Ukrainian girl from this village fell in love with a German soldier, and she was hiding him for several months in her cellar. Yes, but then in several months communists came and they killed him, and nobody allowed her to bury him at the village cemetery. But so she buried that German soldier somewhere in the forest. But in several months she gave birth to a child. Yes, that was a great shame to her family, and all children were mocking at that child, and his surname was Penzenstadler. Can you guess? So this is it's because yesterday I saw an old man, and the villagers started gossiping about him, and I asked about the origin of his surname. So can you guess? Now I am talking about that small boy. Now he is an old man and his surname is Penzenstadler. He's very old. So this is my story for today, about love, about war, and about one more story. They told me that I can't understand how a German soldier can be a communist. So they told me that Germans occupied one house and one soldier was a real communist, and he used to say Stalin плохо, like Stalin is bad, Hitler is bad, Lenin хорошо, Lenin is good. So this is my village stories. No more stories. By the way, I wonder how my friends, you remember, pro-Russian village mice, are living in my half-ruined, damp village house. Maybe they are writing complaint to the Kremlin like, "Dear Putin, please come and liberate us." I have a very precise, ultra-modern weapon against them. My dear friends, I have Tosik. I have Tosik for this summer. Honestly, I'm so tired of traitors politicians. I don't want to comment on Victoria's parts and her scandalous statements. But my dear American friends, just remember, a person who betrayed their homeland will betray your country sooner or later. And you know, even Russians don't like Ukrainians who betrayed their homeland. Yes, Ukrainians who took Russian passports in the occupied territories are despised by Russians. Yes, because they will never become true Russians and they will never become Ukrainians again. So they're just traitors without homeland and without root. Nobody likes traitors. Nobody likes traitors. Okay, so what's the news in Kyiv? 5 a.m., Russians' favorite time. After Kryvyi tragedy and killing so many children, Russians can't be stopped. They want to kill more Ukrainian children. That's how we live in April 2025. Good Russians are launching ballistic missiles at Kyiv. Oh, freedom. I think most of you didn't watch my last week's video because again, my tiny but very brave channel is shadow banned, and that video about Russians who killed children in Kryvyi was put under all possible and impossible restrictions. I think someone doesn't want the world to know the truth about Russian war crimes. These birds will be for our Ukrainian children. Maybe nine angry birds. Actually, we will have 10, but I need several hours. So we will have 10 very soon. Now we have Still 9. But I have a piece of news for you. Richie, let's share with our friends. So, my dear friends, that's how universe works. When you help others, other people are helping you too. Today I came home from the university and a very pleasant surprise was waiting for me. A parcel. I guess, okay, let's see together what is in this parcel, but I guess we have books here, lots of books in English to improve my English. I will be honest, when I started this channel, I never expected that people, just strangers, will be helping me and will be so generous to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending wins to our Angry Birds. And thank you for sending this. Yes, I'm not only digging in the village. Sometimes I'm just an academic teacher. Our very angry birds. These birds will fly and they will bring justice and revenge. Now I have to make several announcements in every video. The first one, my dear friends, I don't have any Telegram channels. Please be careful and don't trust scammers. The second one, my dear friends, please subscribe to our celebrities channel, to Tosik and Richie from Ukraine channel. This channel is run by my kids. They're very responsible. They are posting videos every Saturday. Please help them. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Pray for Ukraine and goodbye.
There can't be no light if darkness don't exist. He never left my side. He showed me the way. Out of all the storms raging at the sea, he gave me back my life. I owe him everything.